Yeah, fireproof was a real powerful thing in a lot of people's lives. I can't tell you how many people come to me, just up on the street or in an airplane and just say, that movie really made a huge difference in our marriage. A lot of people felt that they were watching themselves up on the movie screen and all the different issues that couple was facing. And they knew that they had either strayed and wandered far from God, or they had never really gotten things right with God in the first place, and that they needed to start over. They needed to build their marriage from the ground up, but this time on a foundation of faith in Christ. Warren came down to the set as we were we were filming the movie, and he had recently written a song for his wife. It was called "Love Is Not a Fight," and he actually wrote that for his wife a couple of years before the Fireproof movie was ready. And the producers loved it so much that they asked if they could use it as the theme song for the film.
And if I remember right, he was inspired to write that song after having a fight, an argument with his wife.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was one of those fights that was just gonna, could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. And Warren tells that whole story at the Love Worth Fighting For events that we've been hosting, and I know he's coming to Orange Park. We're coming there, I believe it's Sunday night, the 31st, and he tells that story. Actually calls it the pretzel story, the pretzel fight.
The pretzel
and all
fight.
over a little pretzel that fell off of his kitchen table, his marriage almost ended. It's a great story, and it was the inspiration for the theme song.
Well, it just goes to show that everybody has their issues, and we all need to work on our marriages because we're human, and we're all going to face different things, whether it's like preventive maintenance for somebody to go to this or somebody who's just really having a struggle deciding whether they should get a divorce or not.
Yeah, and that's what's great about this Love Worth Fighting For event is that it's really designed for people who've got great marriages and they want to keep it strong and healthy, and for people whose marriage is just hanging by a string. If your marriage is really struggling and it's difficult and it's strained, please come to this, because we've had people who have had divorce papers already drawn up and have left the meeting holding hands, arms around one another after having prayed together and said, we're gonna make this work because our marriage is worth fighting for. We knew that when we stood at the altar, and we've both been selfish and let it get to this point. And so we want to convince people that their marriage is worth fighting for, that marriage is great, that marriages don't fail, people fail. And when we fail to love one another the way that God tells us to in his instruction manual for marriage, then the marriage suffers. Because people are failing to do what God told them to do. But we can turn that around, and you can fire it up again. And that's what we're going to help you do at the event. So it's been very inspiring for me to watch how God's used Fireproof, and that really was the inspiration for these events, to take the movie and turn it into a real live event in your town that you can come to. And we use Fireproof as the backdrop for these events. So we'll be playing some of the scenes from the movie. We have the Love Dare the Love Dare book available for people to get at the events. Warren tells stories from his marriage. Warren has a music concert full of songs about marriage and stories about his own marriage in the middle of the event. And we'd love to meet everyone and sign your Love Dare book or your DVD Fireproof movie and help you make this a fresh new beginning for your marriage.
Now, are you going to be sharing personal stories, because you've been married for how long now to Chelsea, and you've got 6 kids?
Yep. Chelsea and I have been married for 20 years. Our anniversary is just coming up in about a week.
Congratulations!
And we have 6 kids.
Yeah, so are you going to be sharing some of your war stories?
Yeah, we will. I'll be sharing some of those. Warren will be sharing some of his.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a great time. So
Awesome.
Get the babysitters, have them watch the kids for 3 or 4 hours, and come on out and have a great time. You'll, I guarantee it's worth it. It's not just a ladies' event either. There's plenty of stuff that's going to be very relevant for the guys. And
that's good.
you're going to laugh together. You may even shed a few tears together.
And that's okay.
Thinking about your hopes and your fears about marriage, and really get some tools that you can use to, heal and have some hope for the future, and get things back on the right track if they're not, and go home with a fresh start in your marriage. I'm the most thankful guy on the planet when it comes to what he's done in my life. He picked me up out of a pit in Hollywood, and if it weren't for the Lord, I'd still be an atheist. I'm sure I'd be in and out of drug rehabs or dead, like many of my friends and coworkers from my teenage Hollywood acting days.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful, and
awesome.
just love what we're able to do right now. And I'd love to meet anybody who can come on out on Sunday, July 31st, and meet us at the Love Worth Fighting For marriage event.
No love is not a fight, but it's something worth fighting
for. Feed Your Faith presents the Love Worth Fighting For marriage event with Kirk Cameron and Warren Barfield. No matter if you've been married from 1 to 50 years or if you're just starting the marriage journey, this marriage event is for you.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron, and I would love to see you at this marriage event in your city. The event is designed to strengthen and protect your relationship with your husband or your wife. Did you know that the Bible actually shows us how to do this? Come to this event, and I'm going to teach you how to fireproof your marriage, because your marriage is worth fighting for.
Don't miss the Love Worth Fighting For tour featuring Kirk Cameron and Warren Barfield. Sunday, July 31st at First Baptist Church in Orange Park. Get your tickets online at feedyourfaith.org or at the Lifeway Christian stores at the St. John's Town Center and Oakleaf Town Center. For more information, visit feedyourfaith.org.